Hello folks, and welcome to another Wise Gamer video. Today we're going to be playing World of Warcraft, Warlords of Draenor, after the 6.1 patch covering Ashran. All about Ashran, using the add-on, trying to get in the proper group, and all the above. So stay tuned. First thing I'm going to do is, when I first log in, I'm going to check my Gladiator Sanctum, to see if I get any conquest points. And we do. Beautiful. Okay. And we're just going to kind of load up on this right here. Get that going. And the next thing I'm going to go check is my engineer workshop. It's actually my gnomish workshop. And this comes in handy when you do a lot of PvP, especially in Ashran, especially on melee tunes. It also helps on range too, but let's see what they got for me today. We got the nuclear, the nuke I call it, that blows up a whole bunch of players or NPCs that's in the way. Ooh, nice. It gave me the power gauntlet this time. The power gauntlet pretty much works like a Death Knight pull. On my warrior now, I'll be able to pull targets into my range with this. Of course, it's got a cooldown, 2-minute cooldown, but when it's up, it's pretty nice. Okay, so let's get going with Ashran here. Now, before I go on, I just want to mention in this video that I am playing a different way than I normally play. I set up all key bindings using modifier, shift modifiers, and all that good stuff. So I'm going to be rather sloppy. Muscle memory's got to kick in because I don't remember all my abilities are assigned yet and all that stuff. I only started doing this a couple of days ago. But let me tell you something, it really makes it where you could stay on your target and get those hits out. And that's basically what PvP is all about now. You know, years ago you could get away with clicking because everybody did it. And I still do click every now and then. But on this tune now, it's 100%. When I'm in a battle, it's using my key bindings and my shift modifiers. So if you see me get a little sloppy and overturn and stuff like that, it's just because I'm still trying to get used to this. So just bear with me. Okay, the first thing you want to do when you start off Ashran is, let's see here. The first thing I usually do is I like to go to Group Finder. Okay, so I'm going to pull up Group Finder. Let me get rid of my image. I'm playing at a very odd time. It's 7 o'clock in the morning here, my time, so I don't think there's going to be too many chats going on in my chat window. So I don't think I really have to block that. So let's see here. The first thing I want to do is go to player versus player in the group finder. Okay, you want to click on that. You want to click on pre-made groups, and in pre-made groups you're going to see in the list Ashran. We're going to click on Ashran. We're going to click find a group. Okay, now, if you notice, because of the time of day it is, there's not as many groups as there would be during peak hours. Now, there is a lot of teams here listing that there's 0 horde. Now, that's a good thing and it's a bad thing. Let me explain. Kind of like TB and Wintergrasp used to be in the past, even though that's just server, you know, server dominating. Or server activity, I should say. In Ashran, it's cross realms. It's by your battle group and things like that. So there's more than one server in your battle group, of course. Okay, and that's what makes up Ashran, because Ashran holds a lot more people than a lot of the other events would. So basically, if it says 0 horde because I'm playing Alliance, of course that's a good thing as far as winning all the events, which is the main focus you want to do now in Ashran, because when you win, you're going to get your conquest points. You're going to get your 100 conquest points per event won. Okay? Now, the only downfall, though, when it says no horde, is that we're probably going to have a queue time wait. Okay? Just like Tolbarad, right? Tolbarad was like, say if it held, well, I don't know what the cap was on Tolbarad, but let's say it was 30 players. On each side, okay, and things like that. Well, it went by the dividends of 5s, Okay, so the only time you would really have a wait queue for Tolbarad back in the day is if you were playing Alliance, if the Horde side didn't have as many players in there as the Alliance by fives. Okay, now in Ashran, I'm not really sure what the block time is or the block amount is per player, but let's say it caps out at 150 players per side. Okay, the Alliance, if they have 150 players in here right now and the Horde only has, say, 50 players to 100, of course we're going to have a queue wait time. Okay, if they have 100 players, the Horde side, and the Alliance has 100 players, then we should have no queue time or maybe a couple of minutes, and that's about it. So what I'm just going to do for now is queue up for a couple of these right here. I guess it doesn't really matter. And we automatically got a invite to that group right off the bat. So now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to hotstone out to Storm Shield. And of course, anything I cover in here is going to apply on the Horde side too if you play the Horde. It's just going to be reversed or opposite as far as the map goes. Okay, so we're going to shoot out the Storm Shield. And then we're going to, let me see here. I got to get used to the way I got everything set up here. Okay. Okay. And once you get in the group, now I advise that you do use the group finder in the game. This is going to eliminate phasing. Okay, now phasing is something where players won't see each other during different events and things like that throughout the game. It makes it where, especially with cross realms bug more when it comes to phasing. So if you're not on the same realm, actually I take that back. I've actually done this with people in my own guild and we phased. And when we used to just walk in there and do the old slash, I'll type it out. The old, say that, and then we would type in, once we're in Ashran, invite to group, please. Okay. That can cause phasing. So you want to try to get into your group like I did. See how I'm in the raid group now? You want to try to get into your group before you enter Ashran. That's going to eliminate phasing. Now, I'm not sure if phasing is still a big issue in here, but I still find it best to get in the group beforehand. Okay, so now we're going to go up just to get our queue to enter Ashran. Okay, and there's the wait now. So we have a queue wait, so it's going to walk me back out of here. I'm just going to write out. It will be ported out, okay. Now, people are probably starting to wake up, so we'll probably get some activity now from both sides, faction-wise, which should lower my queue wait time. Okay, my queue wait time's not that bad right now. It's actually showing 7 minutes. I've been in queue now for 1 minute. Okay, now once you're in queue for Ashran and you're in your group, you could pretty much go anywhere you want in the game. I don't advise going into something like arenas or BGs and stuff, even though you can, but you could pretty much go back to your garrison, bang out your garrison events or dailies or whatever, and then once the queue pops, you just accept it, and it's going to warp you into Ashran. Okay, so now here we are. We finally got into Ashran. Now if I open up the map, we should see the rest of my group. Now we could still see that a good portion of them is still waiting in queue in Storm Shield. And some are over here on the main road. And yeah, so let's see here. So we're going to head out there. Now, again, the main object in this game now, in Ashran, since 6.1, is the side events. The side events is going to give you all your conquest points, which is the main reason why most players come in here, right? Honor points is made in random BGs and all that other stuff. So, Ashran, you need to have 200, number one, from Ashran to get your full conquest cap per week. So I do this, I've been doing this since week one that this game came out on 3 of my PvP tunes. So I know it rather well. And the main event right now just basically is a time filler. It gives us something to do while we're waiting for the events to kick in. Okay? That's all it should be used for. If you get into a group and they're mainly concentrating on the main event, on the main path, on the main boss fight, in my opinion, I would definitely leave that group because it's a waste of time. The main boss now, once you kill the main boss, which is Valaroth now for Alliance, all you're going to get is 50 honor and a strong box to drop. Now the strong box contains either gold, an honor piece, or a rare conquest drop. Now I told you I've been doing this place for a while on all 3 of my tunes, and I've only gotten, I've never gotten a conquest piece actually from Ashran. I've gotten them from RBGs, but I've never gotten them from Ashran. So that's how rare it is to get these things. I know a couple of people that have, but not very many. So if you're mainly coming in here to still concentrate on the main battle, you're kind of wasting your time. Okay? So this is where we concentrate mainly on the main events. Now if we open up our map, if I don't get killed here, the main events consist of Brute's Rise, the Amphitheater, okay, which is to the left, Ashmal Burial Grounds, okay, and let's see, this add-on that I have in here is causing all those names to show. Those are all the kills I've gotten and stuff like that. And then we have Molten Quarry, okay, so again it's Brute's Rise, AOA, ABG, and Molten Quarry. Okay, those are the 4 main events that we want to concentrate on. Now let me keep up with the group here so they don't kick me out after me waiting so long. Okay. Now, if you notice, whoop, my add-on just kicked on. See the blue bar underneath the mini-map? It says Stadium Races. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to close my image, and I'm going to shift-click on that. It's going to put it into Raid Chat and let them know that that's where we should be heading next, because that's the next event, which should be the main goal. Now, if these guys don't start heading there, I'm going to be pretty pissed. Because so far, I don't see anybody heading there. I think they're all staying on the main path. Which tells me, but I don't want to be, nope, they're already here. Okay, I'm sorry. Alright, cool. Okay, so here we are. We're at the first event, and it's got another minute and 20 seconds to go. Now what I'm going to do is control click the bar, and it's going to put it in Ashran General Chat. So now all the Alliance can see it, so that they know this is where they should be. Okay, and again, the add-on is Ashran Buddy, and it's working again. And basically, the biggest improvement I found to this place right now is they actually made the events on a structured wait time, which is 8 minutes. I think it's actually 8 minutes. People say 10 minutes. The notes say 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure. But if you go by the add-on, it's actually, I think, 8 minutes. So every 8 to 10 minutes, say, you could depend on an event kicking in now. You don't have to. Sometimes it was sporadic before. It could be every 20 minutes. It could be every 3 minutes. 4 came up at the same time. and all that. Well, it's more structured now as far as that goes. So every 8 to 10 minutes, you're going to have an event kicking in. So basically, what most people will do is they will go back to the main path. Okay, they will go back to the main path in between the events kicking in, just to do something, or maybe go hunt some rares, some nemesis and stuff like that. Now, you're gonna find that you don't really have to be in a particular group to do certain things in Ashran if you're in a good group. Okay, like nemesis. Okay, I get nemesis each week done on most of my guys without even going for them because I don't really care about them right now. I'm just mainly using this place for my conquest, you know, the 200 cap or whatever. So the nemesis just come because as you kill people, and you know, in our case, playing the alliance, you're going to be killing orc players, you know, blood elves and stuff like that. You're going to get counted for those nemesis, you know, automatically by just doing the events if Horde are in here. Now, right now, we don't see any Horde, and the Horde has been dead lately. The last couple of days I've been in here. Yesterday there was a good amount of them, and things like that. So you might not see too much of the fighting side of things right now, but the video I made yesterday had a lot more fighting in it, but it was really long. So I'm trying to cut that down a little bit. Which is almost impossible for me. I don't know how these guys make like 10-minute videos when it just takes me that to show you guys the time is in here. So basically, we're just going to make 3 laps with this guy. We're on lap 1 now. Now we could see a couple of Horde right there. And it's always good to have some of the guys. See, we just won this. Let me take out my image. We just won this. So if I scroll back up, you'll see that it says conquest points 100 because we just got that one. Okay. Now the add-on, if you notice, the bar underneath my mini map for the add-on went down to a cooldown time now. So that means that the next event isn't going to start showing at the 3-minute mark. It's not going to start showing now for another, say, 5 minutes. Okay. So we could even publicize that. It's not as important, but it gives everybody an idea. So again, just shift click on the bar. It's going to put it in raid, and then again in general chat. Okay. And now there's pretty much downtime until the next event comes up. Unless, again, they want to go back on the main battle and just screw around on that, which is probably what they're going to do. Oop. I was going to go charge that guy, but there's a whole bunch of them. What I'm going to do is, I know it's going to be a waste here, but I don't really need this place right now. I'm just doing it for the video. But I'm going to use my nuke. There's not that many, but it's going to run out anyways, so. And let's see if they even, whoop, this guy pulled me. Oop, I got to get out of there. My heroic leap is the only thing that I have to click on right now, so. Okay, let's plow some of these guys down. Hope I got a healer. Okay. Alright, let me get away from this mess, because I'm not really here to fight. I just want to show you guys this Ashran. Okay. So now, basically that's it. So just to recap everything, I'm going to mount up here, get away from this a little bit. Okay. To recap again, you want to join the group via Group Finder. Let me leave this group right here. I don't need to be in here now in a group to actually finish this. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, let's just kind of recap things. You want to go to Group Finder. You want to put it on player versus player. You want to do Ashran. Find a group, and again, you want to usually do this outside of Ashran. I'm just showing it to you right now inside of Ashran, but you usually want to do this outside of Ashran. I'll help you with the phasing. Okay, join whichever group you want. Okay, again, the queue times. Again, if you have a long queue time, that just means that there's more of your faction in there than the opposing faction. Okay, which means you're probably going to win a lot more, so it's probably going to be worth the wait. I mean, I do like competitive. I do like more equal, more evened out, so we could fight and stuff like that and have a lot more fun than just sitting there getting conquest points. But hey, if it's free conquest points, it's free conquest points. I'm not going to argue, you know, and things like that. So yeah, so basically use that group finder, get in the group you're looking for, and things like that. Once you get into the group finder, then make your way either with your Hearthstone or your Mage Tower or whatnot through your garrison. Make your way to Storm Shield or War Spear for the Horde. Ride up the path until you kick into Ashran queue. Accept the queue, and then you're pretty much free to go anywhere you want in the game while you're in that queue wait. Okay? Once you get into Ashran, locate your group, find where they are. Okay? Pretty much just follow whatever they're doing. Okay? And, you know, again, the main objective, if you want to get conquest points in here, is doing those 4 events that's going to pop up every 8 to 10 minutes. And again, using the add-on Ashran Buddy from Curse will let you know when those events are going to be coming up and when they're on cooldown and all that good stuff. Pretty much rinse and repeat. You do the events. When it gets boring during downtime of the events and you're waiting for the next one to come up, you're pretty much going to go back to the main path, work on that fight, because that's a 10-minute now, I think, if I remember right. That's every 10 minutes too that this fight comes up, the main fight, just to buy time. But then as soon as the next event comes up in the 3 minutes, I would advise start heading to that event and screw the friggin' main battle, just leave it. Okay, do that event, get your conquest from that if you win it, and then if you don't die, it's good in between downtimes too to come to these guys and hand in those artifacts. Okay, and then to also, if you have any of those body parts like noses, all that stuff, you come to these guys. I got a blood elf ear, and you hand that in, and that's going to help you get another dented strong box there, and all that jazz. Okay, and that's basically the fundamentals of Ashran right now. And I do want to say on a positive note, it's got a nice structure now. You could plan on those events every 8 to 10 minutes, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so if any questions, comments, or anything like that you'd like to add below, please feel free to. And again, thanks for watching Wise Gamer. This was Wise Gamer covering Warlords of Draenor 6.1 Ashran. Guys, have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.